Arizona elections officials say we are on pace for a record turnout this election.
Yeah, the Secretary of State reporting 2.6 million ballots sent in so far. That's just as many as we saw for the entire 2016 election. Political editor Dennis Welch has more on where the election stands right now. Dennis.
Yeah, and we're at the Maricopa County Vote Tabulation Center, where workers here have processed a record for the county of 1.6 million votes. Now, that's more votes on the county level than all the votes that were cast in the 2016 presidential election. And another indication that voter enthusiasm is very high as the presidential race in this key battleground state is neck and neck.
A vote for me is a vote for massive tax cuts.
Very intense intervention to make up for that time.
The presidential campaigns made their closing arguments here last week. And with 1 day left, voters are on track to cast a record number of ballots, with a heavy turnout expected tomorrow, according to Republican pollster Paul Benz.
There's still about 800,000 votes left of likely voters who are going to show up tomorrow for Election Day.
Early voting returns have favored Democrats, but over the past week, Republicans have closed the gap. According to Data Orbital, a local analysis firm, of all the early ballots cast so far, Democrats and Republicans each account for 37% and independents about 26%.
If we see large lines at rural polling places, that's to his benefit. If we see large lines in downtown Phoenix and in other sort of the metro areas, that would spell trouble for the president.
Polls show that President Trump's biggest strength here is in rural Arizona, while Biden is winning urban areas like Phoenix and Tucson. Democratic consultant Chad Campbell says once again the race could come down to independent voters.
You have the independent voting bloc, and a lot of times we look at these numbers, where do the independent women end up on this election? That's true for all the states, not just here in Arizona.
According to the website 538.com, the polling average has the race here neck and neck, with Biden leading by less than 3%, well within any margin of error.
The Democrats are overperforming right now in Arizona. I want to point that out. You know, the margins right now are drastically different from previous years, and Democrats are turning out much higher numbers right now than they have in the past.
And one big question is, how long will it take for for the people here at the county to finish counting those ballots after the election ends tomorrow night? And we were told, at least here in Maricopa County, it could take maybe a week, maybe a little bit longer before they complete that count. In Phoenix, Dennis Welch, Arizona's Family.